All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone Real Well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. All right, back on another lesson here. All right, with some information. All right, Lord's will in this video be edifying. This name of this lesson is we are not ignorant of this devil. Okay, they all have the same agenda. Okay, reason why I put the title so is this post what I saw yesterday. All right, the Fox News, basically on Musk talking about the situation with the UK, Britain banning social media for for under for under age 16. All right, for age 16. Okay, so I'll just read it here. This censorship law is a wolf's in sheep's clothing, and this is what he named it, which this reminds you, Matthew 7 verse 15, which are talking about, false prophets, okay, men who, not really for this truth, but, they are the main, um, wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, 'cause he's not sincere too. He bringing, they have the same enterprise. Okay, and he bringing it, in a way too with the BCI technology, right? Okay, but it says Elon Musk fires back at the UK announced at under 16 social media ban set for early 2026, with officials also eyeing curfew and limits on infinite scrolling for people under 18. It says his warning, this isn't just about kids, it could force age checks on everyone. So how he noticed these devils know their plans, Okay, Musk is just part of the that system, of the puppets, for the world to see, for the eye to see. The real ones who are in control is these elites, okay? As you say, these families, banking families. All right, but this is what it is. Okay, it could be a force, as I say here. It could force age checks on everyone. Okay, and it's a dystopian system they are bringing. Okay, as you see, the UK. Okay, they had bring the digital identification system. Okay, the same King Charles. Okay, and now this here, of course, is systematic is graduation. As we just see, this is one of the works of the devil, Esau Edom. Okay, and Musk in the same thing. He's a false prophet with his lying wonders, with technology. With that's see it in your brain, Neuralink. All right, with early this year, this month, it's like as you see with the guy, with that C hip on his forehead, right? On the side of his forehead, I believe what his right side, you know. So they in it together, they in the same game together. All right, I'll just type up something here. Musk criticism for the ban of social media in the UK. This is what they say. All right, it says Musk can fiercely criticize the UK's proposal. Elon Musk has fiercely criticized the UK's proposal social media ban for children under 16, branding the policy as authoritarian tactic. Okay, and they all come in with this authority. They want authority over the youth. Okay, and they're bringing it gradually. That Neuralink, saying that it have great helps, great, the lying wonders, the pseudoscience, okay, is for control, okay, for their own benefit, okay, their own enterprise. All right. It says to establish a government surveillance state. Okay, this is what he's saying. So how we know this? You know, he done with the same plan. All right. At the end of the day, this is what they're gonna get to. This NWO. All right. With this beast system. Okay, worshiping the image of the beast, right? You know, they have in this God complex. It says and a police state. Okay, but he's a part of it too. That's the point. All right, it says his specific criticisms, include the following key points: mass surveillance and censorship. Musk argued that the real goal of the legislation is not child safety, but rather enabling mass tracking of all citizens. He described the censorship law as a wolf in sheep's clothing, designed to track everyone. And they want to get this on the whole earth eventually, but he in it too. All right, with cameras, this is a part of the NWO. Okay, that's the point. All right, it says see mandatory digital IDs. He strongly condemned the government's plan for mandatory age verification to enforce a blanket ban on the 16th major social media platforms, including X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Okay, would be required to verify users' age through methods like credit cards, facial recognition checks, or government-backed digital IDs. At the end of the day, too, farming of the word, the hate speech act, these are coming. All right, the accuser of the brethren. They are coming to accuse the prophets, but he on the same thing too, but he's bringing it in a way, in that Neuralink way. Okay, these devils all the same plan, have the same enterprise. Must views this as a backdoor to a mandatory digital ID system for all UK adults. All right. So let me just bring this precept here. This was the precept. They're all in wolves in sheep's clothing. All right. Okay. Matter of fact, let me bring this. This is Sirach chapter 12 and verses 13. Sirach here. Chapter 12 and verses Sirach here 10. It says, never trust thine enemy. Okay. Who's the number one enemy of the Israelites? Okay. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay. Esau, Edom. Okay. The so-called white man who ruled the earth. That is his identity. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. All right. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And the prophets are beware of him. We taking good heed to these devils because we have the spirit of discernment of prophecy, and we could see, with all these malicious things what they're doing, to bring this system. All right. It says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. And we know this because this man was created to be the wicked. This is 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11, a classic precept, but hits the nail, hits the hammer on the nail. All right. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Okay, this is Apostle Paul to the church of Corinth. Okay, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Satan being this devil, the man who act in the part, of the spiritual demon Satan on the earth. Okay, the wicked. All right. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, the NLT, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. They all in this scheme. Okay, Satan, this man, this is who we battling against. All right, let me just go in that word. Okay, scheme, and I would say a systematic, you know, I'm going to read
Scheme.
it. A large-scale systematic plan or arrangement for attending a particular object or putting a particular idea into effect. Beautiful. Okay. And they want to put this C-hip in you. That's the idea. That's what they have. That's the enterprise. Okay. And these devils all in it. Okay. Slovakia, let me just see in the EMP. The EMP here. Okay. To keep Satan from taking advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his schemes. All right. We are not ignorant of his schemes. We know that all of them is coming around with this system. All right. This is Ephesians 6 and verses 12. Okay. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Okay. Elon Musk is one of the principles to bring in this system. All right. Against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. Okay, the world of Esau, Edom, his reign against spiritual wickedness in high places. So we have that spirit of discernment. We are not ignorant of these things. Okay, we have that I self. All right. Um, this is Sirach chapter 5 and verses 15. All right, be not ignorant of anything in a great or small. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small. Okay, don't be ignorant. Okay, don't be stupid. The prophet's not stupid. We're not stupid. Okay, with this, they all in the same idea, the same system. All right. Okay, to bring this online. Okay. Um, this is First Peter. It's like here, First Peter chapter 5 and verses 8. It says, "Be sober." Okay, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, your opponent, the devil, when you go in the word there, the Greek is diabolos, okay, the man that act the part, opposing the Messiah, act the part as the devil, on Satan's side. And this is Esau, Edom, this man, all right, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay, and funny enough, when you go in that word lion, is like a hero, and this is what they playing, Musk is playing, for the world, all right, but really he coming down with that same agenda, okay, a brave and mighty hero, okay, but don't be ignorant of him, you know, yeah, they coming down to devour the world, coming down with great wrath, to for you to participate in the system, okay. This is let's check it out here. This is Sirach chapter 14. Okay. And I'll read verse 7. Okay. It says, "And if he doeth good," I'm gonna highlight that. "And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. And at the last he will declare his wickedness." Okay. This devil, he gonna come down with his agenda, because it's all of these devils' agenda. Okay, to push this system. All right. His wickedness will be declared. He coming down with this sea here, right? So just wanted to bring that out, Lord's will in this video, or, understanding, all right, understandable. Okay, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Wa abad babal shalom.